Mr. Mehra, given the way we are seeing the society evolving, more media pressure on politicians, soon coming to corporates, in the backdrop of what's happening in the country, does sustainability take a whole new role from a corporate behavior point of view?
Absolutely. See, all corporates had been so far focusing mostly on the profitability of the businesses. Increasingly, the corporates have realized that profitability per se is not the end-all objective of a corporate citizen. So therefore, they have been now focusing, and the recent change in the focus is mostly on 3 P's. That is people, planet, and profit. And sustainability is about these 3 issues. That profit will come only if the people who are stakeholders, whether they are within or outside, and within the environment which you impact, and the planet, which is actually to be protected against the onslaught of the pollutions and contaminations which are taking place, has become a corporate responsibility, because the long-term profitability of the businesses will be possible only if there is a focus on these 2 major P's, the people and the planet.
Tell me, Mr. Mehra, the way it has evolved, it is relatively still coming in. If you look at from a global benchmarking point of view, how prepared are companies in the country, and especially from our point of view, Essar is on the sustainability platform?
I think amongst the various corporates in India, I would consider that the companies within the Essar Group have taken a lead in most of the areas. As for example, shipping is on a sustainability. Their report is in the public domain, and they are the first and the only shipping company in India which have adopted sustainability as a policy. Ports is now at the moment is evolving their sustainability policy, which is at the moment is being assured. You know, it has to go through the accreditation, and is through the assured and accreditation of their report, which will be public by the end of this financial year. BPO was the first BPO company in India to have adopted the sustainability as its policy. Similarly, the steel, of course, there are other companies in the steel which are reporting, but these 3-4 initiatives of the group companies are unique and the first of their kind in the country. So I think what becomes important is that once you come out into the public domain, you are not only indicating that what is my indices, performance indices today, you are also committing to an improvement which is you are likely to achieve over the years. So you have a short-term objective, you have a medium-term, you have a long-term. So you start benchmarking wherever there are other companies are also on the public domain. You start benchmarking against each other to see where are you, how far you have to go, what are the areas of improvement. So it gives you a tremendous input.
Mr. Mehra, going forward though, a lot of people say that, you know, all these things are good to be done because we have to do it, now there is no way out. But doesn't it also add to the bottom line? It's actually going to add to the profitability. Otherwise, I mean, it is best that sustainability is adopted as a practice which leads to profits as well.
I think you can't today think of a profitability without looking at these aspects in the changing social environment of the universe. I would call it this way. See, there is no way that you can today ignore the public whom you are impacting. That is either within or outside. There is an impact on them, and they will not only look at your bottom line, they would also look at what is in it for them. So basically, inclusive growth is the buzzword today. For inclusive growth and to get the interest of the stakeholders into your business, which ultimately impacts the bottom line, has become a must. So therefore, the profitability and the bottom line would only come if we have a long-term interaction, involvement of the people and stakeholders around in the business.
To this effect, Mr. Mehra, as we go along, when you talk about interaction, more involvement, the kind of sustainability policies we have put out in the public domain, it also leads to greater transparency. You think that is the way to go? Greater transparency is going to be the new norm as well?
Absolutely. In order to give a credibility to what you are reporting, what we as a group are doing, I'm not sure whether others are really following it or no. Every report which goes into this is basically audited, assured and cleared by a credible agency like DVNC. DVB is clearing that. DVN, sorry, is clearing that. So everywhere we have, and then what we do is the reporting is done in a format which has been specified and given by a non-profit group,
right,
on sustainability.
And it compares to the best global benchmarks.
Benchmarks.
Right. But tell me, a lot of people also see sustainability as a larger umbrella for our Essar Foundation to do its work, because it's again impacting people's lives. The way Essar Foundation is evolving, you think it's going to be one of the strongest divisions?
I think that is one of the best things that we have really picked up and started focusing on for the last 2-3 years. Today in oil alone, in their area of operation, Wadinar and Jamnagar, they have impacted a life of over 100,000 people. In Essar Steel, these activities have impacted and really done a tremendous job and have caused involvement of more than 180,000 people. So therefore, you are picking up a goodwill of them. They see you as a responsible corporate citizen, and therefore in return you get plenty of things which are basically not material. You can put it across to say that this is the value of what I have received.
Right.
But the fact is that goodwill is invaluable for the business.
Also the kind of awards we have got in terms of recognition for various HSE practices, do they also kind of offer a benchmark of how a company measures itself on a sustainability point?
In any competition, any award is only giving you and the others a benchmark for you to achieve. If you haven't won an award, somebody else has done it. So there is a competition. It's basically a competitive spirit.
Right.
So you pick it up on that. You try to improve your performance. And if you are the winner, the people look at you and try to improve. And ultimate aim is that all corporates should get committed to this improvement, because ultimately sustainability has no goal. It is a journey which is without any destination, and it is ultimately to improve upon whatever you are doing today, a continuous and a continual improvement on that.
One quick word, sir, on how an employee can relate to this concept. How can we SRites contribute to sustainability?
See, basically what we have done is that there is a policy which has been given by the chairman, which says what is the focus which he expects the employees to have, which he has put it in the form of, instead of 3 Ps, he is talking of in terms of the economic, social, and the stakeholders' interest into this. Each of the employee, in order to address these 3 issues, have to learn what is provided in their business plans or targets which they set for themselves. All business plans are now integrated with this policy. So every employee will find what is deliverable by him, the deliverable expected of him, is there in the part of in a business plan, and a business plan very clearly defines as to what all is required to be done. So every SRite has a role to play, and the role is defined in those business plans.
Going forward, Mr. Mehra, and just to conclude, where do you see Essar going forward as a corporate, as a Essar brand? How critical is it that the Essar brand and sustainability go hand in hand?
I think that Essar will have to put in more efforts. We are putting quite a bit of an effort, but we'll have to intensify these efforts, because at the end of the day, you have to be seen and perceived by the people at large who have an interest in you, that you care. It is basically a forum, basically a platform in which you are trying to project as a corporate responsible, not merely for the bottom line of the business, but also about the well-being of its people, well-being of the people who are around the business, who are impacting the business, and well-being for the generations to come in terms of protecting the environment of the planet.
Mr. Mehra, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Thank you.